Russian officials have stated that Russia's most advanced fighter jet, Sukhoi Su-57, has crashed during a training flight. As per reports, the pilot safely ejected and there was no damage on the ground. Russia's United Aircraft Corporation said in a statement on December 24th, the Su-57 came down near Komsomolsk-on-Amur in the country's far east. The crash is the first loss of an Su-57. The news comes in just after the reports of Tupolev Tu-22m3 backfire bombers crash. To know more about that, viewers can check the video on the above card. The cause of the Su-57 crash is currently not clear. Russia's TASS news agency quoted unnamed sources in the defense industry as saying that, according to preliminary information, the crash was caused by a technical failure of the aircraft control system. In this video, Defense Updates discusses why Russia's Sukhoi Su-57 crash is only the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the problems of the fighter jet. Let's get started. This video is sponsored by War Thunder, the most comprehensive military vehicle online game for PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One, in which you can go to battle on more than 1,200 playable aircraft, tanks, helicopters, and ships from the 1930s to the 1990s. The game has an amazing attention to detail and focuses on a realistic combat experience, which is why knowing your vehicles and skill really makes a difference. It's easy to get into, and all you need to play is nothing more but your mouse and keyboard or controller. Immerse yourself in cross-platform combat with more than 20 million other military vehicle enthusiasts from all over the world. Download and play War Thunder for free using the link in the description below, and also get a free bonus tank, aircraft, or ship, and 3 days of premium account. The Sukhoi Su-57 is a fifth-generation, stealthy, single-seat, twin-engine jet multi-role fighter aircraft designed for air superiority and ground attack operations. It's the successor of Su-35 and Russia's answer to American F-35 Lightning II and F-22 Raptor. Although most information is classified, sources within the Sukhoi Company and Defense Ministry have openly stated that the aircraft is stealthy, super maneuverable, has super cruise capability, incorporates substantial amounts of composite material, and possesses advanced avionics such as active phased array radar and sensor fusion. A prototype first flew on the 29th of January 2010, and this is the first time the fighter has been deployed. Last year, Su-57 fighters, in batches of 2 each, were seen at Syria's Hamaim Air Base as they engaged in limited combat missions. The Su-57 is the first operational aircraft in Russian Air Force service to use stealth technology. Similar to F-22, the airframe incorporates design elements that reduce radar cross-section (RCS) of the jet. Weapons are carried internally in weapons bays, and the airframe and antennas are recessed from the surface of the skin to preserve the aircraft's stealthy shape. Also, radar-absorbent material (RAM) has been used to reduce its radar returns. Su-57 is designed to have extreme maneuverability at both supersonic and subsonic speeds. This can provide it with a brutal advantage in dogfights and help it defeat missiles with extreme evasive maneuvers instead of entirely relying on stealth. It's the first fighter jet to utilize 3D thrust vectoring. This enables engine thrust to be pointed in different directions, providing increased pitch, roll, and yaw control. American F-22 Raptor also utilized thrust vectoring, but it's only two-dimensional, up and down for pitch control. Supercruise is the ability to sustain supersonic flight without using fuel-inefficient afterburners. Su-57 is thought to be capable of reaching speeds of up to Mach 2 without an afterburner. Su-57 has NO-36 Belka radar system that consists of a main nose-mounted X-band AESA radar, 2 smaller X-band AES radars mounted on the sides of the forward fuselage, and 2 L-band arrays on the wing's leading edge extensions. This provides Su-57 with 360-degree coverage. It also houses an infrared search and track (IRST) sensor at the base of the windscreen, providing it with another option with which to detect enemy aircraft Apart from the Belka radar system, IRST sensors can track an aircraft from its infrared signatures. In this regard, it's well ahead of F-22 Raptor, which has one AESA radar and no IRST sensor. So on paper, the fighter looks promising, but things have not gone as per plan. Russian President Mr. Putin had earlier revealed that a procurement plan is being laid out for acquiring 76 Su-57. The announcement was made during a meeting on May 15, 2019. These jets are expected to be deployed by 2028. The Kremlin previously planned to have 150 of these aircraft in service by 2020. This announcement had thrown more questions than answers related to budgeting. As per some reports in Kommersant newspaper in Russia, the unexpectedly high numbers of the order has been possible because of reduction in cost made possible due to some change in aircraft's internal layout, improvements to the production process, and capping of the profit margin for defense procurement program to maximum of 5%. According to President Putin, the program will cost around $2.63 billion. If we calculate that 76 will be bought, it comes out to $34 million per jet. This figure is insanely low. Even the Sukhoi Su-30 variants sold to China and India were priced at $53 million per jet. Also, Mr. Putin seemed to suggest in his comments at the meeting that the price reductions would make the order for 76 Su-57 costs the same as the previously planned purchase of just 16 aircraft. It's difficult to understand how it could be possible to acquire 5 times as many planes for the same price with just a 20% decrease in per unit cost. Overall, there seems to be something amiss. Viewers may note that the Su-57 program had the backing of India. India was looking for a customized variant of Su-57 for its Air Force and had put in significant funding. India wanted to acquire around 150 jets. In April 2018, India pulled out of the project. The main reasons were engine issues and unconvincing stealth characteristics. Sukhoi originally planned to use an advanced derivative of the Saturn AL-31F engine found on its flankers for the Su-57. Su-57 was supposed to have new AL-41F1 engine, but the AL-41F1 engine ran into technical difficulty and didn't match the required performance criteria. Saturn, the manufacturer, is working on a new and more powerful design known as the Izdalai 30 or Product 30. But even this has been facing developmental challenges and may be available for testing at some time in the 2020s. As reported in Indian media, Indian experts were of the view that the aircraft's stealth characteristics could not be improved significantly even with future modifications, since it was flawed at many basic levels. Though exact details regarding this are not available, 2 basic observations have been pointed out by several military analysts. 1. Su-57 is not precision engineered like the F-22 Raptor. For example, there's a lot of gaps between flaps, as well as between the rear vertical tail and the fuselage. This is probably because Russia doesn't have the machining technology to engineer seamless surfaces. This heavily compromises stealth. 2. Su-57 also has rivets on the outer surface. For example, the nose is bolted on the main body with rivets sticking out. This kind of unevenness drastically affects the stealth profile. Just around a year back, Russia's defense minister, Yuri Borisov, had said that Su-57 will not be serial produced anytime soon. Mr. Borisov, during an interview with the state-owned Russia 24 television network on July 2, 2018, had said, "You know that today the Su-57 is considered to be one of the best aircraft produced in the world. Consequently, it does not make sense to speed up work on mass-producing the 5th-generation aircraft." He was implying that the MiG-29 Fulcrum and Su-35S Flanker E are more than capable of fulfilling Russia's air combat needs. The official statements from Russian officials in 2018 indicated that cost was the driving factor for deferring production of Su-57 in favor of the latest models of existing 4th-generation fighters like the Su-35. It's unclear what changed in a year and if Russia is trying to rush into production a product which is not actually ready. Significant questions also remain as to how capable the Su-57 will actually be given its lingering issues, and Russia's ability to serially produce 76 jets in around 8 years. The fact remains that even if Russia acquires the 76 Su-57 by 2028, it will be less than half of F-22 Raptors the US currently has, and will also be much less than F-35s, which will be acquired in the meantime.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.